Frank is one of the best artists there is today, but
What do you mean one of the best? He is the best! Don't you know he's the sixth god?
The mother stood up and kissed the father, but what made things all the more bizarre was when she hobbled over and kissed the little brother.
There seemed to also be a disgusting white substance dripping down the wall.
he lunged his fist at me without hesitation.
But I just can't do that. I'm married.
Something about what I said really set him off. He started crawling up out of the sheets, growling like a dog. I found myself facing one side of the wall with dried yellow stains that defiled the elegant white hues. I know way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year. Who the f*** are y'all?
Hey LeBron, I'm your biggest groupie. I mean fan. I hope you can hear my cheers amongst the Cavs fans.
It's pretty good, but I know we can be much, much louder.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?
He gave me this look on his face that a toddler would make when they didn't get what they wanted. What made things more disturbing was how he started to act like one too, grabbing a handful of the cat food and shoving it into his mouth.
And right after I snapped, before he could get away from me, I caressed the top of his head for just a moment. Oh, did that feel good. Stroking the casing of that magnificent brain, feeling the hair and the grease transfer to my fingers. Even if those fibers didn't grow directly from his head, they still mingled with his sweat and sweat and went along for the ride of a well-played match. I finally checked my phone and realized I was getting notifications from my Ring security camera at home. Upon clicking the notification and seeing the live footage, I saw a man licking the doorbell. Then, in that exact moment, Larry body slammed me against the door. It was like he came out of nowhere, but by the time I realized what was happening, he was already putting me in some kind of stranglehold.
You stupid little snake.
That sounds divine, Zaddy. I mean, Drake.
Larry might have been a nerd, but he was the man in charge of the house, and he had some respect for that.
Kid, you don't just come to someone's house and request— Shut up and buy my chocolate, rich boy. How about this? Get the hell off my property and leave me alone or I'm calling the cops! Get on the floor, you little shit!
What I heard about my behavior from others later on, I was pretty belligerent.
We said hi to each other every night, as we were both consistently going around the same time.
He's like the greatest single specimen of a human being that's ever existed. He's indomitable on the court, undoubtedly a powerhouse in the gym, and an angel in mortal coil everywhere else.
Started from the bottom, now here!
Leave me the hell alone or I'm calling the cops.
It felt like a lot of the big dramas and outrages have been started by what are called jokes by the people that are saying and doing the things that are getting negative attention.
When I finished paying for my bus fare, my peripheral vision caught sight of a seemingly friendly couple sitting at the back of the bus. I knocked on the door and my boyfriend answered, bringing me inside. The first thing I noticed was that the house smelled horrible.
I've seen many freaky Ring camera footages online, but nothing beats what I'm about to tell you.
Ow, stop it, let me go! Ow, stop it, let me go! Shut up, let go of me!
Shut up, let go of me!
Shut up, let go of me! Stop it, why are you doing this? What's going on? Stop it, why are you doing this? What's going on?
I was just one of those people that like to drink a lot and have better memories of the beginnings of parties than I do the middle or end.
I could see his father sitting at the table hunched over, slack-jawed and drooling. Every few seconds, his neck would twitch. The man winked at me and said, "Hey there, beautiful. You looking hot tonight. I'd definitely take you out if you insist."
I don't see what's wrong with it if I can afford it. I mean, some people spend their money on vacations and—
There were times when I would ring the doorbell, alerting my husband and kids to open the door, and would notice a wet and slimy substance on the doorbell.
My parents and friends all said the same thing, that he looked like some kind of Frankenstein.
He was a bit of a geek, but somehow he had the privilege of having this huge house right off campus that was perfect for partying.
At first I built a little shrine dedicated to him using all the little pieces of him that I've gathered over the years. My family thought it was a joke when I told them about it, but it's not.
For instance, he used to do this thing every time we were together, where he'd tell me to hold out my ring finger, then he'd grab it really tight and say, "Together forever."
Boys are thirsty.
I had to stop a few times just to clench my stomach so I wouldn't yak right on the stairs. But as soon as I got to the stairs, I slipped on the first step and fell down the entire staircase. Whoa, you okay, man? You need someone to call an ambulance?
There was one guy who I didn't mind too much when he catcalled me. I know that's a bad thing to admit, but I liked him. He wasn't the definition of handsome.
LeBron! LeBron! I love you, LeBron! Come home and have dinner with me! I'll cook for you! I know how you like your steaks! I'll do everything for you!
Moments later, we came across another bump, and that's when the girl's head snapped to the side.
Now, with just a little bit of imagination, I have LeBron James in my basement whenever I want him.
Well, I'm not asking you to. I'm telling you to. For some ungodly reason, she was washing the family cat.
All boys your age want the same thing, and it ain't your personality.
I was hoping that she would be talkative, but she looked no less brain dead than her husband. We all sat there in complete silence.
Oh, his skin. How it contains such divinity. Yo, kid! Maybe if you ditched the raggedy old bike and got a car, that girl wouldn't have curved you so bad.
Suddenly, the kid did something I didn't expect. He hit the brakes hard and skidded to a stop, swinging out his back tire and looking straight at me.
Maybe if you got a life and minded your own business, I wouldn't have to take you down a peg. No way, man. I got these and they're mine. I'm gonna sell these for a fortune in 10 years. Cram it, you little twerp. Those belong to me. Now, I do regret the lengths I went to, but I did what I had to do.